What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Good morning, fellas, and welcome to the fourth mid-season review. I realise I should have probably used that song for the Tap and Cam preview yesterday, given Hooper's association with it. But unfortunately, it is going to be the one for Don Simon Dons and Oliver Bierhoff's All-Stars. So let's get cracking with Don Simon Dons. Now, if you remember, I think I predicted these to finish 13th, and they are in the lofty heights of 8th. The Football Manager gods predicted them to finish 13th, like me. So we'll see if this overperforming will continue, and perhaps look into why it is occurring. And it looks like it's occurring because they're a two-man team. Gareth Bale and Johan Cruyff are smashing things for the Dons. Quickly look at who their manager is, by the way. It's Jurgen Klopp, Joe Hart as captain, Trent as vice captain. But yeah, going back to this, they've got Trent also playing really, really well. But apart from that, not many people excelling. And if we looked at, I think, even Tomo's team had quite a few over 7 ratings. Sam's did, Cleves, I think, did. But either way, only 3 playing really well. Now, fortunately, they have started every game this season. And I think Trent, I think that means that he's played every single minute. So if they stay fit, then they might be able to lead the Dons to a solid mid-table finish. If one of them gets injured, then I think they might struggle having to rely on the rest of this squad. Don't get me wrong, Vardy, Townsend, Mora, they're doing all right. But it's not ideal. Now you've got Lanzini, Keane, Simon Bennett actually. Simon Bennett, who's obviously everyone's got the same stats. He started 9 games and only got a 6.73 rating, so that's a bit strange. I wonder why that is. I'm not quite sure. But he's got a lot of people playing a lot of games and not really performing. All these guys, 8 starts, 9 starts, 13 starts, 7, 10, 10. All below 6.9 rating. Especially with people like Michael Keane and Lanzini. That's a little bit worrying for him. But we will see. I don't know how many injuries he's had. I can't really recall thinking to myself, oh yeah, he's out for a long time. Clearly he's got Keane out for a couple of weeks and Felipe Anderson out for up to 3 weeks. So it isn't too bad. But yeah, in terms of goals, Gareth Bale and Johan Cruyff each with 4. Jamie Vardy on 5, Tammy Abraham, Townsend and Luke Moore on 2. Assists, Cruyff, Chilwell, Snodgrass on 3. In terms of appearances, it's not as consistent a side as for a lot of people, as for Rich Partridge and who was the last one we saw? Anyway, been a lot of chopping and changing by the looks of it by the manager. Let's have a look at the results. Yeah, pretty up and down. 3 unbeaten though in a row, and we're actually going to watch him versus Ben next up. So we'll see if he can keep that 3-match unbeaten run going. Before that though, there was 3 losses, then there was 2 wins, then another 3 losses. So up and down at the moment. But 8th place would be a good finish, I think, for the Dons. They're only 4 points clear of bottom. They're further away from 6th than they are from 14th. So I think that kind of shows that it's definitely not split in 2 this league, but I think these guys are definitely more worried at the bottom than they are at the top at the moment. Anyway, we'll move on to Peps. Good old Peps with Antonio Conte as manager, Azpilicueta as captain, and Troy Deeney as vice captain. Pep's put a lot of effort into his squad, and I think you can see that because he does have a good squad. Doesn't seem to be performing as well as I thought it would, and as well as I guess Pep thought it would. It was predicted to finish 8th, and it is 7th, so maybe FM is more accurate than me, believe it or not. But look at that, only one game for Troy Deeney. Played really well in it though. 1 start, 2 sub appearances, got 7.90 rating, so let's ignore that. But other than that, Mohamed Salah, Lionel Messi, 7.47, 7.3, smashing it as you'd expect. Dele Alli doing really well, and Zico. So it's okay to be a 4-man team, I guess, but it does seem to be that way. Zico is coming back from injury, so that'll be good news for Pep. He's only started 6 at the moment. He's played well when he has, so that'll be good for Pep to get him back. Maddison doing quite nicely, and Caballero actually played 4 games because Kepa been injured or banned. Maybe a bit of both. Has he been sent off this season? How do I see that? No, he hasn't. So he's just missed a few games. It didn't look like he missed a few through injury, though. So maybe he's just been dropped. And Caballero's actually played well when he's come in, so that's an interesting one. Doucouré doing quite nicely and Maddison doing quite nicely, but the worries for Pep's, apart from Kepa, I guess, would be Dejan Lovren and the centre-backs. Dejan Lovren is at 6.66. Pep's himself is at 6.83. And then the alternative is Eric Bailly, who's playing even worse. Granted, he hasn't played too much. So we'll see with that one. Bailly, Dina, and Azpilicueta are all on one yellow card away from getting a ban. So that won't be ideal for him. But hopefully by then he'll have Lamela and Zico back, so it won't matter too much. Although those bans would all be defensively, so if he did get the yellow cards all in the same game, defensively he could be in a real struggle. Anyway, the famous 4-5-1 that Peps loves. He probably is right. It probably would be better with the 3-5-2, but Conte actually reintroduced the 3-5-2 to England. So if Conte thought it was the right formation to play, I'm sure he'd be playing it. In terms of schedule, it was a bad start for Peps. 3 losses in a row to start off, but since then he's actually done quite nicely. And he's actually only lost 2 of the last 10. So halfway point of the season, he's 7th. If I was going to predict, I reckon he'll finish a bit higher than that. I think maybe my prediction of 1st was a little bit ambitious, but we'll see. Did win the last game 4-1 against the Bugles. Drew against Murder Dance Floor and Jeff previous to that. And big one against Ladleid, who apparently, according to the bookies, are slight favourites and who are 3rd in the league. So that'll be a big one. That'll be a big test of whether Peps can fight towards the top. I think I said a picture before where Sam was 10th and ended up winning the league at this same point last season, and he was 9 points off top at the time. Now Pep's only 8 points off top, so literally, down to 7th, I think is easily in with a shout at this league title still. And I still won't rule out some of these guys as well, but definitely down to Peps is still in with a chance. And that's about it, I think. That's it for now, and yeah, have a great day, fellas, and we will come back tomorrow with the Bugles and Flash.